When daytime temperatures rise above 29 degrees Celsius, or nights become warm with a minimum temperature of 21 degrees, many varieties will drop their flowers. Rejecting the flowers also means a reduced yield. Vegetables such as cauliflower, celery, cucumber, bell peppers, and zucchini require extra water during heat waves. To produce good yields, these plants require consistently moist soil. Heat waves can cause flower drop in legumes as well. Water shortage has a significant impact on the immunity, growth, development, and yield of vegetables. The negative consequences of drought include stunted plants, weakened immunity, flower and fruit drop, premature ripening of underdeveloped fruits, and poor fruit quality prone to rapid decay. In the morning, it's better to use above-ground devices like sprinklers, as this allows the foliage to dry in time and prevents fungal diseases. Annual plants have shallow roots and can tolerate the top few centimeters of soil drying out during summer. Perennial plants have deeper roots that enable them to survive dry periods and may be watered once or twice a week. But remember one thing, if the soil has dried out too much during the day, don't wait until morning. Water in the evening when the soil has cooled down a bit. As we do when we're thirsty in the evening, we don't wait until morning to drink water. The same goes for plants, they experience significant stress, resulting in their weakness. Pay attention when watering. Use a gentle and consistent watering approach with a garden hose. Such watering will ensure that water penetrates deep into the soil, rather than running off into remote corners of the garden, where nothing grows. Here we see an example of a plant improperly covered with soil. Plants planted or covered like this make it very difficult for water to reach the roots during watering. With sloped terrain around the plant, it's challenging for water to reach the roots at the necessary depth. This way, you'll only weaken the plant because watering disperses the soil from the stem and exposes the roots. It's better to plant it deeper so you won't need to mound it up to retain moisture. The soil must remain moist but not overly saturated with water. Overwatering can also lead to various pests and diseases, and even cause the plants to wilt. You can check the moisture by taking some soil and observing if it feels sticky or crumbly. It should be moist and crumbly. If it's sticky, then there's too much water. When watering, it's best to avoid the hottest parts of the day, and the water used should not be overheated. The optimal water temperature for watering tomatoes and peppers should be between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius. Peppers have shallow roots, so it's optimal for them to have consistent moisture down to a depth of 15 centimeters. For peppers, we say they like their heads in the sun and their feet in water. During the flowering and fruiting stages, cucumbers should be watered in the evening, with the water temperature around 25 degrees Celsius. Watering with much colder or warmer water can result in bitterness in the fruit. You won't be able to consume such fruit due to its bitterness, so be mindful of watering temperatures. It's ideal to use a drip irrigation system with the correct water temperature. One of the best ways to water vegetables properly is through drip irrigation. Besides saving water, you can irrigate with water that doesn't need to sit out to adjust to the temperature before watering. When it's time to water, simply activate the irrigation system. Such irrigation systems are quite affordable and quick to install, and ready-made kits are also available. Vegetables usually contain between 65% and 97% water, which is crucial for their essential physiological processes during growth. During the initial stages of growth, the root system is not very strong. Around 40 to 50 days after planting, the majority of roots are concentrated in the soil layer 10 to 20 centimeters deep. Maintaining optimal soil moisture at this depth can be uncertain and difficult. If you water in the evening, avoid spraying the leaves because water sitting on them overnight can promote fungal growth and diseases. The good news is that you don't need to water your vegetable garden every day, even during the hottest and driest months of the year. Actually, you shouldn't do it that often. Frequent, light watering will cause shallow root growth. Such plants will depend on you and require more frequent watering. Therefore, it's best to water the vegetable garden less frequently but more generously. Plant roots will grow towards where the water is, in this case, deeper soil layers reached by thorough watering. When plants have deep roots, they will be stronger and will not need to be watered as often. A strong stream of water can displace soil and expose roots. Such splashing can lead to soil particles landing on the leaves, providing a pathway for diseases like blight to infect the plants. Blight originates from the soil, let's keep that in mind. If your plants are affected by blight, you can treat them with a mixture of 4 liters of water, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and 1 liter of milk. Spray this solution early in the morning and remove any leaves already affected by blight. This solution can also be used preventively. Expect blight after heavy rains and a sudden temperature increase. You should regularly remove suckers from tomatoes as they draw too much water, deplete nutrients, and reduce overall fruit yield. In this example, you can see the difference between a single stem and a double stem tomato plant, where only one sucker has been left. During the fruit development stage, it's necessary to remove them every 2 to 3 days as this is when they grow the most. How to recognize a sucker on a tomato plant? You will find it between the main stem and a branch. It grows at approximately a 45-degree angle and is easiest to recognize when it's about 5 centimeters long. The sooner you remove it, the less the plant will suffer from the wound. It's necessary to regularly remove lower leaves that no longer serve a function. We can remove a maximum of 2 branches per week from the stem, to avoid excessively stressing the plant, which could lead to lower fruit quality. On those branches, you'll notice that the leaves are twisted inward or outward, the foliage is tough and easily cracks, and the color differs from healthy leaves. This way, you will prevent infections that come from the soil, and the plant will efficiently transport water and nutrients where they are most needed. What are your experiences with watering, and have the hot temperatures started where you are? I wish you plenty of delicious fruits. Let's continue learning through previous and upcoming videos on your Garden Green channel. Thank you for following.